Welcome back to the World Numismatic News as we take a look at varieties for the 1935 Lincoln cent. 1935 really only has one variety that is worth your effort to search for. This is the 1935 double die obverse and actually has some very attractive doubling on several of the obverse design elements. This is a clear instance of class 5 or pivoted hub doubling, with the pivot point near the 4 o'clock position on the obverse. As such, there is very little to no noticeable doubling on the letters of liberty to speak of. However, there is increasingly strong doubling on the letters of in God we trust. As you move from left to right, the letters of in have some very minor doubling, but nothing really worth pointing out in the greater context of this coin. The letters of God is where the doubling really becomes more noticeable, especially on the D, which begins to display the doubling a little stronger. The G and O are really only affected by slight separation lines on the bottom of the letters. Since the rotation of the second squeezing in the hubbing process took place in a clockwise direction, the doubling here displays towards the left of the affected letters. The W and E of we is a good example of just that. And then the letters of trust are the furthest away from the pivot point on the coin, so as expected, the doubling here is in fact the strongest. The first T, the R, the U, and the S in particular are all doubled in a very attractive manner, and also demonstrates the clockwise rotation in question in the most effective manner. Looking at this, you can clearly imagine that between the first and the second squeezing of the working die during the hubbing process, a slight clockwise rotation took place, leading to what we see here as doubling on the letters. But that is not the only area of the coin that was affected. The date is also doubled quite clearly, and this is likely where you would first notice the doubling when searching for the variety as well. The 9 of the date is doubled towards the top, and the tail of the number is also doubled, although to a slightly lesser degree. The 3 is doubled in much the same fashion, though since its tail runs more horizontally when compared to the tail of the 9, it displays in a more dramatic fashion. And then the 5 is also doubled much the same manner as the 3 just described. In addition to all of this, Lincoln's eyelid also received some minor doubling, with the lid doubled towards the top. Most coins seen have a die crack that develops along the edge of Lincoln's bust, just above the designer's initials of VDB. In a later die state, the crack actually becomes more noticeable and extends into the field just below Lincoln's bust. During 2023, a PCGS graded MS66 red example of this coin was sold at auction for the sum of $2,340. Subscribe to WNN and activate all notifications with the bell icon so you'll know when new videos are released. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.